Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of all signs for the new moon in Gemini. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do spend a little bit of time giving you some details about the new moon. I'll pull an oracle card and we'll jump into tarot. So if you're not interested in these details, it is time stamped. You can just go ahead and jump to the oracle. But I wanted to talk about just one major aspect of the new moon. You know, new moons are always good for manifestation, for setting intentions. It's a whole new lunar cycle. And I like the fact that in Gemini, it's about new ideas, right? Gemini ruled by Mercury, thoughts, perceptions, communication, ideas. So that's sort of the flavor we have going here. It's occurring at 26 degrees of Gemini. Here on the east coast of the US, it'll be at just after midnight tomorrow. So just after 12:26 a.m., I want to say, thereabouts, on the 18th, which means that on the west coast of the US, it will be at 9:26 p.m. today. And then, of course, across the pond and other points around the world, it will be on the 18th. So check your local listings. This particular new moon features a powerful square. You've heard me talk about squares before. Imagine where the wall and the floor meet. Pretty immovable, right? So it's difficult geometry. And this new moon, which is hanging out with the sun, that's when the sun and the moon are conjunct, have a very powerful square to the planet Neptune, which is in Pisces, late degrees of Pisces. So what that means is we have to contend with the archetype of Neptune. And Neptune is the great spirit. So there's a beautiful benefit to Neptune being in this lunation. The challenge is that whenever Neptune meets up with hard geometry, like a square or an opposition, what happens is the fog machine comes on. So it can indicate a potential for idealization, self-deception, fantasy. You get where I'm going. Also being subject to the deliberate obfuscation of others, people trying to work a little three-card Monte on us. So there can be confusion whenever we have this hard geometry to Neptune. So the other aspect of this new moon is that Mercury is with Venus, and they're kind of together. So that's using our good sense to start thinking, because Mercury is the planet of thinking, right? And it rules Gemini. Thinking our way through partnership scenarios that we may be facing, highlights the power of good interpersonal communication to help resolve any relationship issues that could arise. So there are benefits in this new moon built in with Mercury and Venus there. Good communication around matters of the heart is what those two planets are telling us. And then there's the challenge with the fogginess of Neptune. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Remember that Gemini is where we learn about thoughts and their expression. A desire to connect with others was born out of the Gemini mansion as well. So the soul of this new moon is about connection. So you want to find where Gemini falls, late degrees of Gemini, 26 degrees of Gemini falls in your chart. And I'm talking about the house placement. Doesn't matter if there are any planets there. The moon and the sun will be around 26 degrees. And so wherever that falls in your chart is where this may come up for you the most and where you may want to set intentions. For me, it's my 11th house, which is my connection with all of you, with the collective, with groups, friendships. Yeah. So for me, it's about, the new ideas I have for new things I can bring to you, new offerings, new types of readings, new types of maybe a course or something. So, that's where it's landing for me. I'm giving you that example so you can look to your own chart to see where it might come up for you. And so that's really mainly it. We can be with Neptune in that square, prone to our judgment could be off. We could be overly impressionable, prone to some misunderstandings, mistakes, errors. So we want to just be really careful with our words and not too quick to misinterpret the communication of others, whether it's written or verbal or non-communication. Okay, so because we've got an issue there with Neptune. So I just wanted to let you know that's what I've got to say about the benefit side. I did want to mention this. The benefit side of this is normally in Gemini, it's intellectual, right? We're in our heads. With Neptune there, that's more internal. It's our still small voice inside, the voice in us that communicates directly with spirit. So there is an ability here, if we focus on it, to dissolve delusions, quiet the monkey mind, let that intuitive voice rise up. It takes work and patience, which not a lot of us have, and because Gemini can be like things flying in and out real quick, it's hard to kind of quiet the mind. But if that's something that's important to you, is to dissolve delusions, to ward off misunderstandings, to quiet your mind so that your true intuitive nature connected to spirit can come through, then really make that part of your intentions. You may want to do that through setting aside a special time for meditation with that focus. Okay, so that's what I've got for you. Not too bad. Let's see what we've got for Queen of the Moon Oracle. I'm going to pick a card just to kind of activate the reading. We'll see what's coming through from Queen of the Moon. I may read a little bit about it from the guidebook for you. Queen of the Moon for New Moon in Gemini. Interesting. Realization, card number 3. Beautiful. So let me give you a little bit of that. It says, with self-awareness, perfect, comes realization. Knowledge is power. Self-examination is your role within a situation that is important. Wow. When we decide to really examine our lives without fear or favor, it can be hard. This is no doubt an act of courage. We might not like what we discover, after all, yet without self-awareness and the will to act upon those realizations, we do not get to change and grow. The realization that we have a pattern, a bad habit, or a behavior that is causing us pain is a powerful position, even though we may feel worry and pain around that discovery. We can then take personal responsibility to change our situation since we know our current position. Knowing ourselves more completely enables us to accept ourselves more readily and to dare to love exactly who we are. I think that's I love the word realization, especially for a new moon in Gemini. So it is a know thyself kind of an energy, and being open to the less pleasant side of self-discovery, because knowledge is power and can point the way to patterns, behaviors, or habits that will serve us our higher good, and the ones we need to release. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the spread, and then I'll give you my impressions, and then we'll clarify as needed. I do want to say that extended will go all around the zodiac, Aries through Pisces. It'll be smaller little mini readings for each sign, good for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, your placements, your partner's place, or your beloved's placements. So lots of opportunities to get messages there for this new moon. Because of the platform I use, I do put the timestamps in the description. At the point of purchase, you'll see that, but you have to copy and paste it because that platform doesn't allow hyperlinks. So I just want to make sure you know that. Okay, here we go. New moon in Gemini. What is coming through? 7 of Pentacles. Judgment, King of Wands, High Priestess, that's Pisces right there, Tower in our conscious awareness, 10 of Cups, ooh, something, 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, 2 of Wands, new path. I think a path being chosen here from an open heart, something that moves you beyond some turbulence, And I'm feeling the turbulence in the Tower, of course, but I'm not seeing the Tower as destruction. I'm seeing it as maybe in this new moon, awakening to a new perspective, new perception. Remember, new moon in Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So that could be it. But let's see, the Seven of Pentacles, something here that we've planted some seeds around, or that we are planting seeds around. The Seven of Pentacles to me is about planting those seeds of intention and nurturing them, watering, fertilizing, protecting, so that it can grow organically in time. And what's crossing it here is judgment. And judgment can be talking about second chances, reunion and reconciliation. Forgiveness is implied. There are opportunities for redemption for anything that's gone terribly wrong. And also this energy of non-judgment. It's the Judgment card, but with what's crossing you is, can you approach this from a non-judgmental point of view? That's your challenge in this new moon. You're planting the seeds of intention. I get it. It could have something to do with our King of Wands here. The King of Wands in your unconscious awareness is probably talking about somebody who's been somewhat unavailable. It's like it's coming through reverse. Normally, the King of Wands is very clear about what they want. I see it, I want it, I claim it, it's mine, no hesitation. In reversed energy, not so much. It's more about what's convenient for them. So that's kind of just the energy I'm getting. In the past here, we have the High Priestess. This could be talking about some form of separation or lack of communication. She doesn't speak. It can also be about how you've been moving through this situation intuitively. As I said with the Tower, I'm feeling it more as kind of a little bit of, shock and awe, not necessarily in a bad way, but maybe some new perspective or a paradigm shift. Because going forward in the near future, 10 of Cups, that's our happily ever after card. And Spirit's talking to you about moving beyond this turbulence to some peace of mind. 6 of Swords. In the hidden energies, Queen of Cups, whoever it is you're dealing with has you on their mind, sets it as a seal upon their heart. You're the keeper of their heart. And then the outcome position is the 2 of Wands, which is about choosing the path. What is it that you want? Which path is more likely to get you there? And what do you need to set in motion to make it arrive? The next card out would be the 3 of Wands, right? Ships coming in. So that's how I'm seeing that outcome position. All right, so let's see the 7 of Pentacles with the Judgment card. 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups. I almost feel like the difficulty in forgiveness here, wow, is that you have been waiting for some wish fulfillment from the love of your life, the one, someone who's really captured your heart. And with the 8 of Cups there, I feel like there's been a walking away, maybe not fully cutting things off, but just saying, yeah, at this point, this isn't serving me anymore. So not feeding it, not necessarily abandoning it, but not feeding it. And that could be coming from you. It could have also been coming from your King of Wands. So we'll see that in a second. But I feel like that's where the challenge around forgiveness is coming from. So let's see our King of Wands in unconscious awareness. Right. Oh, okay. I think I understand this now. So the reason why the forgiveness is hard is you're not sure of this person's intentions. There may be a breach of trust that has occurred for many of you, or this person could just be really avoidant. Because in your unconscious awareness, you're at this crossroads moment, 2 of Swords, where you're considering everything because you've been waiting so long. It feels like it's been going on forever. These intentions may be intentions you set a while back. The way this is coming through now, it makes sense. So it feels to me like, okay, if you set intentions for this person to claim the love, claim the passion, claim the connection, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and now you're starting to lose trust for their intentions, which is why it's hard for you to come from forgiveness. That's where you are right now. Two of Swords, going within to get clarity. There's a decision you have to make, and you're aware that you have to make it, and it feels like it's a, is it time? Is this my exit? Is it time for me to get off this bus? Because it feels like this Nine of Cups could also be some complacency, meaning that your person here, King of Wands, has not chosen to take action, and therefore now you're left with a decision to make. So it does feel like you're reaching this crossroads, maybe not super consciously at the moment, but it's there, hovering right beneath the surface. Let's see the High Priestess in the past. Star, Fool, King of Pentacles. Yeah, you took a chance on this person intuitively. The High Priestess coming through as your intuition. You took a chance on it. That it would yield someone who shows up for you in 3D, a potential life partner, King of Pentacles, the masculine archetype of a life partner. I feel like you really kind of followed your instincts, your intuition, trusted that the universe had your back, would grant the wish. And so I'm seeing that as the setup to this Tower, which is the realization. That's what I'm feeling here. The realization that you did put like all your eggs in one basket over here. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like maybe that's not even the right little cliche. What do I want to say? You pushed all your chips in. All right. You said, I really have hope. I really think it's worth the risk to take a leap for this person. My intuition tells me that this is the one, right? This is the one. But they haven't taken you up on that. They haven't claimed it to the degree that you have. And so now this breach of trust, or this lack of trust, or a question around their intentions is arising, making it hard for you to even contemplate reunion, reconciliation, second chances, forgiveness, yada, yada, yada. So the Tower is when we go, oh, I'm having this realization. Things are not fair, and it's pretty bloody painful. For some of you, there may be third party involved. I'm saying that because of this Seven of Swords is under the deck and the Three of Cups is under the deck. So for some of you, in the back of your minds, or playing out behind the scenes, is this, well, maybe they have someone else. Now, what I'm going to say is that's suspicion. If you have the receipts, it's knowledge. Knowledge is power. If you have a hunch, that could be more suspicion. But it feels, regardless, there's this kind of realization that things are not fair and balanced. And it makes the notion of reconciliation harder and harder with each passing day. So I am seeing the Tower more as that eye-opening moment, a little epiphany that doesn't feel so great. Because you do think of the Tower, and I'm thinking of that square between the Sun, the Moon, and Neptune. So that's kind of how it's coming through, and this card is perfect to describe sometimes the discomfort that comes with that, oh my God, discovery. So let's see the Ten of Cups in the near future. Wow. Well, right off the bat, I'm seeing an opportunity for some cooperation that might turn things around. The double hit of the Ten of Cups is really beautiful. It's an energetic, it's like an energy signature of bliss, nirvana, getting it all, hitting the jackpot of love. Something happens, and all of a sudden we've got this cooperative dynamic between the two of you and this could be unfolding pretty soon for some of you, and for others of you, it could be months away. Cups is normally months, and I'm not using this as a timing reference, but it's the closest thing I can get to a timestamp for when this might unfold. But it could be October, the 10th month. It could be 10 months from now. But I feel like this cooperation comes in because you're holding on. You're not letting go to your ideal of the kind of relationship, the kind of connection that you want, especially on an emotional level. So it does feel like there's some happily ever afters that will be written in months to come. Maybe sooner for some, but in months to come. So maybe set some intentions around that. Hold on to what you value. With regard to this connection, let's see what Spirit says about the Six of Swords. Yeah. Moving to calmer waters, getting beyond the turbulence, happily, connected, committed. I feel like this person's coming back. Interestingly enough, that Knight of Wands is coming through with lots of passion and excitement and enthusiasm, almost like that's the shock. That's pretty shocking. You know who had that? I want to say Capricorn. If you have Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and you watched that reading, that was what came through for that. It was like a shocking message, and this feels like a shocking arrival. This person just kind of appears out of the blue, unexpected. And what you get for all your worry and your struggle with, this person's trustworthiness or your concerns about what's going on here kind of fades away. We have some commitment and up-leveling at the very least, and it takes you beyond any drama, trauma, tragedy that's been going on in this connection. So let's see what's going on behind the scenes with your person. Queen of Cups. Yeah, Judgment. This person is trying to manifest a second chance. They're actually strategizing it, thinking it through, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. I normally say that about the Knight of Pentacles, but with the King of Swords underneath, that's a card of strategy. So your person coming through here, manifesting and strategizing reunion, second chances, with the Keeper of their heart, Queen of Cups. So that's why I'm saying I think this person shows up and it kind of takes you by surprise. For some of you, this will be the case. Wow. So let's see the Two of Wands. Then you'll have to decide, right? Twos are always about choice and decision. Wow. Yeah, do you want to move forward? Is this your person? You will have to choose that path because it will be available to you. New beginning, up-leveling, commitment, happily ever after, beginnings of life partnership, getting beyond the difficulty and the turbulence. So what does this tell you? First, it tells you don't fall prey to suspicion. It's a low vibration. If you have the receipts, that's a different story. If you don't let your mind go there, because then you're setting that upon the universe, and the universe is going to give you more of that. Allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised. Allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised. Allow this person to have a turnaround. Whether it's a change of heart or just something that you didn't even realize takes them more time than it takes you. And all of a sudden they kind of catch up. Sometimes that happens. So what I'm saying here is things look really good for the near future all the way to how things unfold going forward. Where you are right now is not in a great place because you're questioning this person's trustworthiness, their intentions. You're feeling the lack of fairness and the heart heaviness, which may be totally justified. All I'm saying is don't let yourself go to dark places, because I see something turning around very beautifully. Set your intentions around that. I know you already have with the Seven of Pentacles. Do it again. Okay. 3 times a charm. How many times have you set intentions around this? This time it may actually come through in your favor. So let me tell you the astrology before we go. We've got Judgment out twice. That's Pluto. Pluto is now retrograde in Capricorn. He was in Aquarius for a bit, sat at 0 degrees forever, retrogrades back into Capricorn now, and will tick back, I want to say, to 27 degrees, turn around, and then head back into Aquarius. All of this is unfolding well into 2025. It's the slowest moving planet. But it's important to know that it's retrograde right now, because there's gravitas and there's powerful energy whenever Pluto is making big moves like this. So Judgment is Pluto, which rules Scorpio. We have the King of Wands is Leo. We've got the High Priestess is Pisces. We have the Star is Aquarius. The Fool is Aquarius. It's actually the planet Uranus, which rules Aquarius. King of Pentacles is Taurus. Tower, as you well know, is Mars, which rules Aries. Justice is Libra. We have Hierophant is more Taurus. Knight of Wands is Sagittarian energy. Queen of Cups is Cancerian energy. I love that card. We have the Magician is Mercury, and Mercury and Venus are hooked up in this lunation. Rules Gemini and Virgo. More Aquarius here in the King of Swords. Chariot, more Cancerian energy. So really beautiful reading. As you know, the link to the extended is below. It's all signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Lasts about an hour. The timestamps are at the point of purchase, so you can copy and paste it and click to where you want to go. All right. Thanks for joining me. New moon blessings to all, and I'll see you at the extended in a minute. Bye for now.